Hey guys, my name is Ellie and welcome to Breaking Bread. I'm going to be baking for you today a Greek yogurt cream cheese lemon coffee cake. Baking and cooking are two of my favorite things, especially when I'm stressed or, through difficult times like these. It just keeps my mind clear and it helps me. It's kind of therapeutic for me. And I just want to thank all the essential workers out there and healthcare workers, especially my husband who's a respiratory therapist. Thank you guys so much. We're going to get through this through the love of baking and cooking and just together through praying, and let's just get started. Alright guys, so I got this awesome recipe from lovelylittlekitchen.com off of Pinterest. This is my first time making this recipe. I'm super excited about it. I did substitute the regular flour for gluten-free flour. This is the cream cheese layer. I've got 8 ounces of cream cheese in here, a 1/4 cup of sugar, an egg, and 1.5 teaspoons of fresh lemon juice. For the coffee cake, I've got here 1.5 cups of flour, 1/2 teaspoon of baking powder, a 1/4 teaspoon of baking soda, and a 1/4 teaspoon of salt. And then in this bowl here, we've got some vegetable oil, 1/2 cup of that, and 3/4 cups of sugar. We've also got an egg, some lemon zest, and we've got 1 tablespoon of fresh lemon juice. And it says here you could add more for a stronger lemon flavor, so I've doubled that. And then we've also got 1/2 cup of Greek yogurt. And then for the crumb topping, we've got 1/2 cup of flour, a 1/4 cup of sugar, and 2 cold cubed butter tablespoons. And then we will need powdered sugar for the dusting afterwards. So we're gonna start by preheating the oven to 350, which we've already done. In the bowl here, we are going to go ahead and stir together the cream cheese, sugar, eggs, and lemon juice until they are smooth and creamy. You can see that we've got it creamy. I can't stress enough that you have to have your cream cheese softened beforehand, otherwise it'll look lumpy like cottage cheese when you try to stir it together. And now we're just going to mix the flour, baking powder, baking soda, and salt together. That's my youngest. So we've got our coffee cake mix and our cream cheese layer prepared, and so we've got an 8x8 pan here lined with parchment paper. If you don't have parchment paper, you can use cooking spray on the pan. So we're going to go ahead and pour the batter into the prepared, or I should say lined baking dish. Pour the batter, the cake batter in there. Now we're going to do the cream cheese layer on top. and start with the crumb topping. So we did the sugar, the flour, and we're gonna do 2 tablespoons of cold butter. Again, I'm using King Arthur gluten-free flour for this. And again, if you have a pastry cutter, go ahead and use that. If you don't, fork will work fine. I'm having a little trouble because the butter's very cold, and it needs to be cold because we want to create crumbs with the sugar so it can become a crumb topping on top. Otherwise, if it's melted butter, it's just gonna look like another layer of like cake or something. Not so much crumbs anymore. And you want to do this until you have pea-sized crumbs of the flour coated butter. Alright, so this is kind of what you want the crumb topping to look like. Alright guys, so we're going to go ahead and put this in the oven for, it looks like it says here 40 to 45 minutes, and then we're going to have it cool down, dust some powdered sugar over it, and then I'm going to bring out my 2 little testers, my 4-year-old and my almost 2-year-old to test out the cake. But so this is going in the oven, and we'll let you guys know when it's ready to eat. Hey guys, we're back. We got the cake out of the oven and we let it cool down. I just put a little lemon wedge up there for a garnish, and it looks pretty good. Yeah. What do you think, buddy? Good. Looks good? Mm-hmm. Alright, so we're going to go ahead and cut it, taste it, and see how we did. You excited? So, it looks pretty good. Alright guys, we had 3 forks and we had another tester, a little guy, but he was, oh, here buddy. Alright, you ready to taste it?
Austin, you want some?
Wow, that is amazing. Okay, cake. Is it hot? No, it's not hot. Try it again. Yum. Okay, we have 1 approval and 1 who doesn't like to taste the lemon. Oh, never mind. He changed his mind, guys. It is really, really good. Yeah, it is. This is really good. I really recommend it. It was very easy. Someone's getting a little carried away here, but I really recommend it. It's really good, and we hope to see you guys again soon with another recipe. It was a hit. Take care, guys. Be safe.
Subscribe for more videos.